Welcome, everybody. We are so excited to be hosting this webinar today. We will get started momentarily, giving everybody just a minute to get in and get situated. Welcome, welcome. We are thrilled to have you with us today. As a reminder, this call will be recorded and you'll be able to reference the recording and slide deck through the ILTACON website. In about 24 hours, we'll get the recording and the slides posted. Once again, we'll give it just one more moment to allow everybody to filter in before getting started. All right, let's go ahead and get started. One more time for the record, this will be recorded. We will have the presentation and slide deck available for you to review on the ILTACON website within about 24 hours. Please feel free to drop any questions that you have in the chat or in the Q&A. Tracy will be responding to those. We've got a lot of information. Very excited to get started. So today we're going to be covering our registration launch, April 16th. We're going to talk about some important dates and deadlines. We're going to go over the event venue and layout. We'll talk about some highlights, cover how you can speak at ILTACON. We're going to look at registration process, hotel information, housing process, and of course, if you need some help, where you can go to get that. Before we jump into it, just wanted to introduce the events team. You can reach any of us at events@iltanet.org. And if one of us don't know the answer to your question, chances are we know someone on the ILTA staff that can help you. So please don't be shy. Reach out to us, events@iltanet.org. We are so excited to serve you for ILTACON 2025. So first and foremost, some important dates. As you know, speaker applications did open on the 13th, but they will be closing on the 29th. So that's the end of this week. Please get in your speaker applications before that date. And then on the 31st, our member grace period ends. So make sure we are getting our memberships renewed. April 3rd, we will open up ILTACON scholarship applications. So make sure to fill that out. And then on the 16th, we launch registration and housing all together. Also on the 16th, we will have on-site volunteer opportunities open up. So you'll be able to work with Mary Beth and get yourself situated as a volunteer for this year's conference. May 6th, all scholarship applications will close. So please make a note for that date that if you are interested in securing a scholarship, you will need to have that application in by May 6th. June 16th, last day to register at the lower rate. And on the 17th, the higher registration rate will take effect. July 11th is our housing block cutoff date. So make sure you're getting your reservations in before July 11th. And then join us on July 30th for our next webinar, What to Expect at ILTACON, where we'll be sharing a lot more details about the exciting things we have planned. And then August 10th, we're on site. Registration will open on site, which is going to be here before we know it. So let's jump into the event venue and layout. So our host property this year is the Gaylord National Resort and Convention Center. I know many of you were with us there just a couple years ago, but this gorgeous property is going to be hosting all of our event space. Just a quick note, DCA, which is Ronald Reagan, is going to be the best airport. It's just shy of 7 miles from the Gaylord. So when you're making your flight arrangements, check that out. And also be sure to check our discount options that we've arranged with airline partners for ILTACON 2025. I'm sure Tracy will drop a link to that in the chat. And then I've also got it linked here on the slide deck for you. So taking a look at the floor plan. Lots of space here at the Gaylord National Harbor. But what's great about this is it is so much more condensed and compact than what we saw at Opryland last year. So, really, I would encourage you to look at this as a stacked floor plan. So, what we're looking at here is our ballroom floor. We've got the Maryland Ballroom, Potomac Ballroom, and I've got some color coding there for you. So our keynote is going to be in the Potomac Ballroom. We'll actually be incorporating C and D with that keynote. But then that room will separate out and become an education room. So education is going to be the teal or green. Demo rooms, they are scattered everywhere. Those are going to be in orange. And then when you see red, that's going to be the ILTACON committee. We will have a room dedicated to affiliate education this year, and of course, our press room. Down on the atrium level, which is really kind of two floors, right? We have this area that overlooks this area. So we've got our company updates and master classes in the beautiful Cherry Blossom Ballroom. Again, we see more of our education rooms, our demo rooms in orange, and then G100, G200, and Corporate Legal Day will be downstairs in the Eastern Shore Ballroom, providing a really great space for those events. And yellow and red, we have some additional ILTA support rooms. Lastly, above the ballroom level, we will have the more demo rooms, some smaller education rooms, and then we wanted to highlight that we will have a mother's room as well as a silence/prayer room available for our attendees this year. Some event highlights to look forward to. So we are ILTA. Going into the National Harbor, we are doing a pirate theme. So we're dropping anchor for a swashbuckling week of innovation, connection, and discovery. So excited. Can't wait to see the pirate themes that everyone incorporates in their booths and hopefully their attire. And of course, we're going to sprinkle it throughout the event as well. So, like we typically do, we've got several events that ILTA will be hosting. So we've got our Captain's Welcome, which is our Sunday night opening reception. We've got the Pirates Bounty, which is our Monday exhibit hall opening. And then, of course, the Sailor Send Off, which is our Thursday closing reception. So we are looking forward to all of those. Some keynotes. So Monday, we're going to hear from one of the world's leading mental health and resilience keynote speakers, Ryan Campbell. He has an amazing story of adventure. He was the youngest solo pilot to fly around the world and was named one of Australia's 50 greatest explorers. He did find himself in a tragic plane crash, left him with a paraplegic diagnosis. But spoiler alert, I think we will see him overcoming that through his storytelling. So really looking forward to hearing from Ryan on Monday of ILTACON. And then we have Reena on Wednesday, Reena Sengupta. She is a longtime analysis writer, consultant, and really a thought leader in the global legal industry. For nearly 30 years, she has consulted to law firms, law companies, big four accounting firms, general counsel on strategy, innovation, and how to be relevant in a rapidly changing world. So we're going to hear all about this from Reena on Wednesday. Of course, on Thursday, we will have our G100, G200 wrap up. Can't wait for that as well. Now, while we have secured some great keynote speakers, we want to hear from you. So once again, speaker applications to speak at ILTACON will close March 29th. So please visit our ILTA website, review the list of sessions, and fill out your speaker application form. So some pointers, make sure you're applying before the deadline. The next few days, we are going to be absolutely inundated with applications. So fill out the extra credit links and attachments. Make sure you are making your application stand out. Answer the questions as the subject matter expert, the air of acceptance, right? You need to really be able to present as this expert for our attendees. Keep in mind that these are all educational sessions and be prepared to share ideas for making the session interactive and engaging. We want to get out of the talking heads world, right? Let's find ways to be creative and engage our audience. And follow up with the coordinator after the interview. So once you go through the interview process, follow up. Um, in 2024, we had 900 speaking applications for only 280 slots. So, again, make sure you're positioning yourself to stand out. And we hope to hear from you in August. Registration. So, what really the main point of today's call is registration is launching April 16th. Full week conference registration is 2,250. As a reminder, that rate does increase June 16th, so make sure you get your registration in to get the maximum discount. Our ILTACON website is pretty much built out and ready to go. Make sure you check it out. I'm sure Tracy has dropped the link in the chat. But on the ILTACON website, you will be able to, after April 16th, click on the register button, log in or create your account, review and accept the policies and conditions, and then fill out the registration form and submit payment. So be on the lookout for that. And even before the 16th, pop into the ILTACON website and see all of the amazing information that we already have built out there. We are so excited for this event, and our team has been really working overtime to get as much information into your hands as possible. Housing. So this year is going to be a little different. We are taking over the entire National Harbor, which is really exciting. This is a perfect area for a conference our size to be. We're outgrowing these huge hotels. Last year at Opryland, we had 2,800 rooms on peak. In the harbor, we have 1,800 at the Gaylord. So we are going outside of the Gaylord, and we have a variety of amazing properties for our attendees to choose from. Before getting into those, I just want to highlight how cool the National Harbor is. Um, Dining packages galore. There are so many great restaurant options in the harbor. We will have a Show Your Badge program that will give attendees discounts to those local restaurants. And then tons of entertainment. There's the dueling piano bar, of course, there's the waterfront, there's the captain's wheel, just to name a couple. So take a peek, do some research into the National Harbor. It is just so cute and really compact. So this is our harbor-wide footprint. You can see where all of the hotels we have secured are. This is really the National Harbor area that our conference will be centered and focused on. Very, very compact footprint. Again, with all events taking place at the Gaylord. But really, for the most part, these hotels are all walking distance. Then we have the MGM. I personally wouldn't walk it, nor the Harborside, but we will have running shuttle buses at all times going to all properties, even those that are located within walking distance for some. So we will have shuttles rotating continuously throughout the convention to make sure everyone can get to and from their hotel. Harborside is actually really cool up here, the Harborside Hotel. It's right by Top Golf, and it's in the heart of Oxon Hill up here. So don't discount it just because it's a little further out. The MGM, of course, a great time, especially if you are feeling lucky that week. And then we have the additional blocks closer down to the Gaylord. So there are about 800 rooms on peak secured in the harbor. So many people will be staying outside of the Gaylord. So just to recap our partner hotels, we've got the Gaylord National Harbor, obviously our host hotel, but we've got the AC, Hampton Inn, Harborside, Hyatt Place, MGM, Residence Inn, and the Westin. So really, really fantastic hotel package. All of our hotel partners are so excited to see ILTA take over the harbor. This year, especially with so many hotels, we are implementing an internal housing management system. So we will be using Passkey to book reservations this year. Passkey is going to look very familiar to you. It's what many of our hotel partners utilize, and it's what past housing management companies have utilized for our group as well. Only difference is that we're bringing it in-house, and ILTA is now um, running its own housing bureau for ILTACON. So all hotels will need to be booked through our Passkey portal. You will be able to review information on all of the hotels, see rates, um, distance from the host hotel, all of the information you need from this one-stop shop, this single portal. So we're going to provide you with a really seamless booking experience no matter what you're saying, where you're staying. There's flexible accommodation options. So post nights, if you're going to come a day early or a day late, if those are available at the group rate, those will be in Passkey for you. So we're really excited to roll this out and continue to improve our housing process for our attendees and business partners. Housing will open April 16th and it closes July 11th. As you're, I'm sure, navigating the ILTACON website, you will get to the housing page. There is going to be hyperlinks to view more details on each of the hotels. But I just want to remind you that the housing link and access code to be able to book in our block at the discounted rates will be shared in your registration confirmation email. Please do not book directly through the hotels. You will not get our discounted rate. Additionally, if any of the hotels oversell and they get into a walk position, attendees booked outside of the ILTACON block will be moved first. Speaking of booking outside of ILTA, please be aware of housing poachers. We see it every year. People will send emails to our membership or wherever they can find any information saying, hey, we're hosting the housing for ILTACON. Nope. Literally, the only people hosting housing for ILTACON is ILTA. So please be aware of poachers. They also will come in the form of trying to sell attendee lists. We do not do that. We never have. So please report this information to us at events@iltanet.org or reach out to anybody that you're familiar with just to make sure that we're aware and we can follow up with these companies that are trying to scam our attendees. Need help, right? Attending ILTACON is a big deal. It's a big convention. We have a live support center for you, and we want you to check that out. It's iltanet.org/support. Please get in there. Most of the problems that you're running into can be resolved in this platform here. So, password reset loop, unable to register, didn't get a confirmation. All of those really standard issues people come across can generally be handled in here. So please check that out first. And then, of course, our staff is always here to assist should this not cut it for you. And that's all we have for you today. Want to take a minute to pop into the chat and see if there are any questions.
Jessica, we only had one question so far, and that was if you can use credit card points to book a room.
Great question. So you can, however, you will not be booking through the ILTA block. So you cannot redeem rewards from your credit cards or maybe your Marriott Bonvoy and still book inside of the block. You can earn points on your trip by attaching your rewards numbers. There is a field for you to be able to add that when you're booking your reservation. However, that inventory comes out of a separate allocation that hotels hold aside for those rewards members. It is not included in our block for their revenue reporting. They cannot include that. So just know that you would be considered outside of our block. And if that's something you still want to move forward with in order to save money, totally get it. But you would not be booked within the official housing block.
Thank
Mary,
you, Jess. Oh, go
oh,
ahead.
sorry, I saw you responded to Mary. There are parking fees, and the parking fees are listed in Passkey as well. So when you go to book, you'll be able to see exactly what the prevailing valet and self-parking rates. There are several hotels that are offering complimentary self-parking.
Well, I think that's it, Jessica. Thank you so much. As I remind everybody, we'll make this recording available within about 24 hours at the most after this webinar. Jessica, anything else you want to add before we close?
No, just thank you for your time, and we can't wait to see you in August.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.